All right, welcome. I'm going to do a little hand analysis here of the 250 millibar level. This is my first crack at streaming here on our YouTube channel, doing a little bit of hand analysis, so I'm going to be trying to just iron things out and see how it goes. So I think so far everything looks like it's set up pretty well, and yeah, so away we go. Let me first, I would just start by contouring all the wind speeds over 100 knots, but that would be particularly boring because we only have one station with wind speeds over 100 knots. Let me see if I can zoom in here a little bit more so we can see that in a little more detail. So we have, as of this morning, so 12Z on the morning of June 16th, 2025. Just one station in our entire map here with wind speeds exceeding 100 knots. So right here, a little bit covered up, it looks like it's about 110. But to make it a little bit more interesting, I will seek out 75 knots or higher, which isn't going to add too much more to this, but it should add enough to give me a couple things to do. So aside from right here where we have about 110 knots, we are at 97, it looks like here, 82 here. Surrounding it, we drop down quite a bit, 54, 52, 56, 64. So 66 over here. So even expanding to a level of 75 doesn't give us a ton to work with in addition to that. So drawing the 75 knot contour, we're gonna, since we have a 52 and a 54 here, 66 and 64 are a couple of our higher values. I'm gonna stick pretty close to this station and just contour us like so. Perhaps could give us a little bit more room down here to the south. Yeah, there we go. So this will be our 75 knot contour here. We'll have, and we're close to 100 right here, so we'll get fairly close to this one, but we'll put in our 100 knot contour. So we'll label this 100. We will label this 75. Right, now let's I'll come back and shade this later. Now let's zoom out a little bit. and take a, here we go, take a look around, see if we have any other values exceeding 75. Up here we have 78. We have 93, 72. So we've got this one, not a lot else. We get really close. 72, 74. Here's another 95. I can't tell if this one, here, let's zoom in here. Can't tell if this 50, 60, 70, 80, 89 it looks like. So this gets us above our 75 knot threshold. So otherwise, just even a cursory look, our winds are fairly slow relative to our threshold throughout the rest of our map. So we've got these two that exceed this threshold. This 72 is close. So we can come pretty close to this. We'll come right up to it. Since we've got a pretty slow one back here, I probably could have gotten a little closer here. We'll just encapsulate these. So here's another another 75 knot contour. And we identified two more out here that were 95 and 89. Here's 74. So we're going to be come pretty close to this. But then we're down to 49, so let's just capture these. Maybe bring this down a little bit lower, like I said. So come down here and get that component. So I'm gonna get my line a little heavier. Leaned in too much. All right, so before I add in my label, so before I go and shade these, I'm gonna add some streamlines. So these are irrespective of speed. I'm just drawing some arrows following the wind. We want more where the winds are faster, fewer where the winds are slower. So we want streamlines here following the wind. really fast winds coming through here. Got wind components here. They're slower down here by a little bit, so we don't need quite as many. We've got our nice hole here, no data. Part of my testing things out here is just getting used to having to manipulate the page, so you can see what I'm doing as I work. Let's see, we've got winds coming down here, we've got winds going up here. Just following our wind barbs. So we've got very light winds down here. I think might add a little bit up here just to reinforce faster wind speeds. There, I think I'm pretty happy with what I've got here. Finish up doing a little shading for my wind speeds. So we got couple areas here. Then we've got this area where we actually have wind speeds exceeding 100 knots. So we'll make that a little bit darker. And that is it. Let's zoom out. There we go, just a little bit. Do a little bit more. There we go. So this is what our 250 millibar map from 12Z this morning on Monday, June 16th, 2025 looked like. Not very strong winds up near the top of the troposphere. A little bit coming in here off of the Pacific into California. A little bit up here if we drop our threshold down to 75. A little bit here in Canada. And you can see some of the all the way up here, this trough that if we were looking at even have a little adding a little bit here, but you can see our trough represented all the way up here at 250 millibars. It's a very developed feature, lower in the atmosphere, but that's it. So kind of a test run, trying to see what works, what doesn't, fine-tune this a little bit, get myself used to doing this with this setup I have here, and yeah, maybe try to get some of these out once or so a week. So hopefully folks enjoy this. I also want to testing out what I put together here. If I need to get up and do something, can switch over. Got a little screen set up for if I have to step away. Got my screen for when I'm starting up, and then the screen here to check things out when I'm working. So there we go. Successful, I hope, test run, and hopefully anyone that watches this enjoys.